Okay, here we are back again with more Dragon Age Inquisition, and yeah, we're at the end of the game. This will probably be a slightly shorter episode. It's going to be the final episode of the main game. Basically, I'm done. I'm just going to talk to everybody one more time, and then I'll retire to my quarters. And then the credits will probably roll, and we'll talk a little bit about the game itself. So yeah, start with Cullen, since he's right here, and we're going to be talking to him again at the end of this whole thing anyway.
Am I imagining it? Or do we have a moment to breathe?
Yeah, it's finally over.
We have a moment.
I think you're right. You brought us here. You are proof that the Inquisition made a difference. That we will continue to do so.
Hey, you ran the army. I didn't do that.
Our soldiers put their trust in you, Cullen. I appreciate everything you've done.
I should be thanking you. You gave me a chance to prove myself. In your place, I'm not sure I would have done the same. I should let you mingle. I'm sure everyone desires your attention, as much as I might want it for myself.
You flatterer. But alright, I guess. Blackwall.
Help stop an ancient Magister Darkspawn. Not every Warden recruit gets to say that. Thanks to you, I do.
I'm a helper.
That's me, helping people prove themselves to future employers.
So now that you've saved the world, what's next? Hoping to put it all back together?
Yeah, might as well.
Someone has to fix things. Might as well be me.
If anyone can do it, you can. If you ever need my help, you know where to find me. I'll be ready.
Thanks, buddy. Let's see. Who else is here? Iron Bull.
So, demons, dragons, giant asshole
Ugh.
vent on a big magic rock. You don't let it get dull, boss. Good stuff.
That was good, really?
How was that good in any way, Bull?
We all walked away. Chantry folk are picking up what's left of Corypheus with a dustpan and a pastry scraper. It's weird. I joined the Inquisition under orders from the Ben Hathrath and stayed because Corypheus was an asshole. Now that it's done, I've got no orders. For the first time in my life, I can go wherever I want.
I mean, you can't beat staying here.
You know I'll find you the best fights.
I know. Anyway, the only place I'm going tonight is back for more drinks. To us, being alive, and the bad guys not. Anan.
Anon, Iron Bull. Anon. Varric. Are you regaling people?
Starting to think about putting all this into a book. I'm thinking, this shit is weird. The Inquisitor Trevelyan story. What do you think?
Catchy.
It's a working title.
Keep working.
Maybe you should keep working.
I'll leave the title for last. Naming things is always the worst.
I agree.
I still haven't decided if I should do this book. As if anyone will believe this story if I tell it. Not to mention, I'll have my hands full with reconstruction and relief efforts in the free marches as soon as I get back.
I wish he would stay here, but I also think he should probably focus on helping people.
Don't divide your efforts. The people of the Free Marches are more important than a story.
As it happens, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Kirkwall is in bad shape, and a lot of other city-states were hit hard by the war. I'm not leaving for a while yet, though. We'll have to get in at least one game of Wicked Grace before I go. Curly needs to win back some of his dignity.
I agree. He deserves the chance. Or the chance to just get naked again. That works too. Cole.
He tried to bind me, but it failed.
He did.
Did you see it?
I did.
Did you see me?
I saw.
Demons are bound when you tell them what they are so loudly that it's all they can hear. They have to be what you want. But I know who I am now. I am me, thanks to you.
Give yourself some credit.
You did it yourself, Cole.
Maybe I did. What happens next? Where do we go?
Well, it's gonna be exciting, whatever it is.
It will be interesting to see what comes next.
Yes. Because of you. Thank you for letting me stay.
Of course, of course. Sarah?
Finally got a party, yeah? A bit of fun for saving the world. It's the least Andraste's herald deserves for making things normal again. Except for, you know, everything ever again. I mean, is this for us or for her? Or, you know, him? Because I was there and I still don't know what's real.
Maybe it was a bit of both. But nah, just maybe we should just celebrate.
Let the philosophers worry about that. Tonight is for celebrating.
Still some things to do yet, right? Because I'm in no hurry to go back to Val Rio. That's where I was. You mind if people still stay around? Or whatever?
Of course.
This is home if you'll have it.
Shut it, you. I cry, I'm punching everyone. Alright, enough of that. Is this a party or what? Raise them for winning! Big freaking heroes, Inquisitor. All of us.
Indeed, big frigging heroes. Good job. Dorian.
I was passing through the hall this morning and a serving girl saw me and squealed. Actually squealed, dropped her laundry and everything. Such a mess. She was completely breathless.
You were at the battle with the evil one, weren't you?
I didn't even get a chance to answer. She hugged me. Hugged me. This is your influence.
Oh, you enjoy it.
Admit it, you're having a ball.
I don't trust camaraderie. All these people smiling, buying me drinks. It's unnatural. Mind you, I can't say I hate the notion of being the good Tevinter. I suppose you can't all be evil bastards. The blacksmith said that, and he spat when we first met. I hope my father hears. He will shit his small clothes from shock, I swear.
So, will you be leaving?
Will you be returning to Tevinter now?
No, actually. I was thinking of sticking around for a while.
Oh, yeah?
Would that have anything to do with the Iron Bull?
It might. You know how it is.
Uh-huh.
Plus, what would you do with that?
How will I ever know unless you go?
Clever. See? I keep your wits sharp.
Yeah. I'd be much less fashionable if you left. Josephine?
Ugh, I should never have hired new caterers so late.
Leave it be, Josie. Everything's fine.
It is not! I'm so sorry, nothing's quite as it should be. Do you like the drinks? I'm not sure about them.
Everything is fine.
The drinks are fine. It's been a wonderful evening.
I hope you're not just saying that. You're not, are you?
No.
Oh, what a disaster. The Somali was late, the invitations to our guests barely went out at all, and it was so wonderful to prepare for a small banquet instead of the end of the world.
I agree.
Do you know what everyone is talking about tonight, from commoners to kings? Us. Dedas is discussing
God, it's so
the
dark. I
success of
cannot
the
see her face. Bragging?
Are you descending into open boasting, Lady Montelier?
I can scarcely think of a better time. Truly, we will never forget those we lost. But for tonight, to victory.
Yes, indeed. Liliana?
Enjoying the refreshments? Josephine sent all the way to the capital for the petit four.
Ooh, cakes.
I love tiny cakes, and there are so many. Which should I try first?
I would avoid the dark ones topped with gold dust. Deep mushroom and anise.
Oof.
An awful combination.
Yeah.
But it's quite popular in Val Royeaux. I believe they call it the exquisite misery. Ole. Why did we save her again?
Who knows?
Inquisitor, for all you've done.
Oh, man. Cassandra.
I can't believe it's over.
I'm kind of feeling the
Seems an
same.
impossible task. Defy the Chantry, build the Inquisition from nothing, defeat a creature that would be a god. And yet here we are, celebrating.
Yeah, it's worth celebrating.
So we should be. Defeating Corypheus was no simple task.
He was so confident of his power, he could not conceive of losing.
If he could, he would never have challenged me.
And he would have gone into hiding. Yes, it worked out far better this way. I intend to rebuild the Seekers of Truth, to make us the order we were meant to be. That will take time. Meanwhile, I am free to remain with the Inquisition. I think back to how we first met, and here you stand, the chosen of Andraste, proven in the eyes of all Thedas, and you are my friend. How did that happen, I wonder? I'm pleased it did. You are a great woman, and I will always stand at your side.
Aw, Cassandra, you're too cute. Vivienne? I think Vivienne pretty much got all she wanted out of this situation and relationship.
So much to do, my dear.
No doubt.
I'll be returning to Valvoyou to organize the Loyalist mages. The Empress requires my expertise during what is sure to be a difficult transition. But that will wait. Are you enjoying the celebration? Josephine was in a frenzy arranging it.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, I am. This is all for you, darling. Enjoy yourself. You've earned it. Go mingle. The night is still young.
Though it's hard to say sometimes. There's no indication of who is actually going to be the new divine, so I might end up just being a surprise. But okay, I guess we'll find out. We'll find out.
You managed to slip away. I thought I might claim more of your attention after all.
Oh, yeah?
Is there something on your mind?
Everything.
That's a good answer.
The battle's over. There will be a new divine. Yet I don't care about anything other than you being alive.
Oh,
Cullen.
You're so cute.
I don't know what happens after this.
Neither do I.
And yet, somehow, it doesn't matter.
Tis said that Corypheus woke after his long slumber and found the world gone awry. He fought to bring back those days of magic and shadow, to raise himself as a god and set things right. Now, we are left with a scar in the sky to remind us of what almost was. It tells us that a great victory against chaos was won, but left the world forever changed. Consider the mighty empire of Orlais, where Empress Celine remains on her golden throne. The civil war is ended, but a new war rages in the shadows. Gaspar, it seems, has learned his lesson well. Even the elves have no rest, with Briala's uprising rocking the empire to its core. Fortunately for Celine, her gratitude towards the Inquisition has remained strong. Some claim she clings too tightly to the Alliance. Others know it is all that stands between her and defeat. The Grey Wardens of the South slowly rebuild in the months following the events at Adamant. They declare it time for the Order to emerge from the shadows, to join the rest of humanity in fighting their ancient foes. Rumors abound that they severed ties with their leaders at Weishaupt, and that a bitter war now rages between them. What becomes of Hawke is unknown, save that all news out of Weishaupt soon ends. Does the sudden silence indicate a battle within, or something far worse? 1 month after the defeat of Corypheus, the Chantry names Leliana as successor to the Sunburst throne.
Interesting.
Given the name Divine Victoria, she first declares an end to the Circle of Magi. The mages will now govern themselves. She opens the priesthood to other races, declares support for the Inquisition, and rededicates the Chantry to the principle of charity. Divine Victoria is controversial from the start. Several new sects arise, resisting her reforms and declaring her rule a threat to the faith. She meets with their leaders, urging unity. Miraculously, her words take root, and for now, the Chantry remains strong.
I love the little nug guy.
The Inquisition's mages, the former rebels led by Grand Enchanter Fiona, are left with a choice. When Leliana disbands the circles, they leave the Inquisition and reform the College of Enchanters as a new order. The college, they say, will allow mages of the South to gather in peace and seek new solutions to age-old problems. For the moment, it appears to be working. Mages are enjoying unprecedented acceptance throughout Thedas.
Good for them.
And what of the Inquisition itself? Its military might has grown, now rivaling that of kingdoms. Fear of the Inquisition's army has become the true source of its power. I leave Skyhold now, knowing that power will continue to grow. The Inquisitor is a symbol to many, a leader of the changing world order. To others, she has become a target. They linger in the shadows, waiting for their day to come. When it does, the Inquisition shall stand, ready.
At least for now. So yeah, as I said, it can be kind of tricky to get sometimes to get the divine you want, especially if you don't go into a playthrough with a clear idea of who you want. And I certainly made most of my decisions in a way that favored Leliana, so it's not surprising that she ended up being divine. There's only so much you can do to sort of counteract it when you make the major decisions in those ways. Obviously, if I had really wanted Vivienne to be divine, there were definitely some different decisions that I could have made along the way that would have favored her a lot more and given her more of a boost. But yeah, so you know, it's hard for me to say to even say a lot of things about this game after playing it so much. I literally have over 600 hours in this game, so it's kind of, you know, my opinions of it are pretty well set. I think it's quite good. It's my favorite of the Dragon Age games, and like, that doesn't mean it's perfect, but I think it's definitely the best of the Dragon Age games that we have right now. Yeah, I mean, I do have some issues with it. I kind of wish a couple of the companion characters feel like they kind of got short shrift in terms of the character development thing. Like, the narrative seems to favor some of the characters over some of the others, which is unfortunate because, like, Vivienne, I think, especially kind of gets the short end of the stick in terms of character development. I really wish she had more content. To a certain extent, I also wish Sarah had more content. I love both of those characters. I think the narrative doesn't necessarily always do them justice. And yeah, like, all of the major set pieces are really good in this game. I still find the assault on Haven to be one of the best video game set pieces in recent memory. That whole chunk of the game, from the point when Haven gets attacked to the point when you get to Skyhold, is just really, really good. Is very well designed, very well executed, excellent rising and falling tension. and a lot of emotional payoff. It's extremely good. The final battle kind of pales in comparison to some of the earlier stuff, quite frankly. And I think that's one of the biggest criticisms of the game, certainly that I remember hearing when the game first released, was that that final set piece, Doom Upon All the World, is kind of disappointing compared to everything that's come before it, compared to how built up Corypheus is as a villain, as a power to be countered. It doesn't seem like the stakes are very high. The fight itself is not very difficult. As you probably know, I'm playing on not the highest difficulty. It's not nightmare. It's just hard. So I'm playing on hard difficulty, which is one rung below the highest difficulty level. And I mean, I cruised through that in the blink of an eye. Like, I probably could have put it on nightmare and I would have been fine. I was super overpowered for it. Though, I mean, admittedly, that's kind of how things tend to go in these games, where the main parts of the plot that everybody has to play through tend to be easier to do than, like, optional boss fights, right? The optional boss fights are where the really tough stuff happens in most of these games, because they need to make the main missions, the main storyline, accessible to everybody, at a variety of levels, right? One of the other things, I mean, admittedly, I had the trial on that made everything be at least my level. So Corypheus was at least level 22 when I fought him, which was my level, as opposed to, like, I don't even know what his level would normally have been, but it probably would not have been higher than 19, maybe 20. So I would have been extremely over-leveled for it if I did not have that trial on. And it was still, even with that trial on to increase the difficulty of it, it was still, like, it was a cakewalk, right? compared to some of the other stuff in the game. That fight is a cakewalk. And so, that's definitely a big criticism of the game that happened around the time it came out, where it's just like, he gets built up so much and he seems so scary, and then in the final moments, it's not a big army fight, it's just you and him, whether you like that or not, and it's pretty much a cakewalk. It's super easy to do, so it doesn't necessarily feel like you have to work for it, in the same way that it did at Haven, where he was very much more powerful and you had a lot of other enemies to fight and there was a lot of other things going on, and you felt very underpowered. You felt like you were the underdog. You really did feel like you were being attacked. Like, I came here to have a good time and I'm feeling really attacked right now, and it's bad, and you genuinely have that sense of, we could all die right now. Like, this is going really not in our favor. But by the end of the game, it's like, you are obviously winning, and he's the one who's scared. He's the one who is desperate and grasping at whatever he can to try to beat you. And you are obviously, kicking his butt. Which, again, it's like, well, I can kind of see what they were going for there. But, like, you also do kind of want to feel like you're working for it at the end. But also, given things that are going to happen later, since we're not done, right? We still got 3 DLCs to play. Like, there's more stuff that's going to go on here. And it definitely puts things more in perspective by the end of Trespasser. So I am going to play Trespasser with this Inquisitor, with this playthrough and these decisions. I know I already have a Let's Play of Trespasser on my channel. That was my blind, quote-unquote, Let's Play of Trespasser when it first released a few years ago. I just did it as a sort of standalone thing. But there's going to be some differences because this playthrough is much more, as I recall, the specific Inquisitor that I used for that playthrough of Trespasser, was not very complete. It was not a very completionist playthrough, so I didn't get everything in the game that I could have in that playthrough. So I'm going to be more thorough this time. There's going to be some differences because this is a more completionist playthrough, and because it's possible some of my decisions are different. I don't even remember exactly what decisions I made in that first playthrough of it. But yeah, so that's the plan. We'll be starting Jaws of Hakon in the next episode tomorrow. For now, we're almost at the end of the credits. And so, I think there's just one more bonus scene, and then we'll end this episode. It'll be a little bit short, as I said. And in the next episode, we'll begin Jaws of Hakon.
I knew you would come. You should not have given your orb to Corypheus, Red Wolf.
I was too weak to unlock it after my slumber. The failure was mine. I should pay the price. But the people, they need me. I am so sorry.
I am sorry as well. Oh,